Alright, so I'm going to show you how to make a basic model in Iridel. So let's get started. So basically I'm going to use the move tool, the rotate tool, and the scale tool for the basic shapes and things that I'm going to be doing to make a model. So first let's use our little circle tool here, and make sure you're in polygon mode, otherwise you will not see any of this, and so this is important. And how I move my camera around is I'm pressing the Alt key and then clicking, and that's how I'm going to move my camera. So I'm going to put a circle around here, and I'm just pressing the 5 key to make it not transparent anymore, which makes it a little easier to see. And I'm going to click my move tool and I'm going to move it to the center because it's a little easier to work with. And if I want to get kind of close and be able to work close, I'm going to press the F key, which frames my object, so it's a little easier to see and work with, do all the stuff I want to do. Okay, so this is my body, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to scale that to make it a little different. So I push the scale key, and then there's these little boxes around here, and I'm going to just move those to adjust my body. And it's important to rotate around because it looks different from all angles since it is a 3D object, so definitely pay attention to that. Alright, so that's going to be my body, and I'm going to make some arms and legs, so I'm going to use the polygon cylinder, create a couple of those, and I'm just going to move those into place. Alright, and since I don't want to make a whole new leg, because it'll be probably a different size, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Edit and Duplicate. Then I can move it right next to it, and it's the same leg, so it'll look exactly the same. And then I'm going to do some arms also. This one I probably want a little smaller, so I'm going to scale that. Okay, and then I'm going to move that into place. Alright, and as you can see, that's not a very good arm. We want to kind of rotate that. So I'm going to click the rotate key, and there's these crosshairs all around here, crossing and going around. So I'm going to take this and just rotate it into position. So that looks okay. And then I'm going to duplicate it and move it again to the other side. And as you can see, it's exactly the same, so we're going to have to rotate it the other way in order for the arm to be the same. There we go, perfect. So here's our body. Now we need a head, right? So let's go ahead and make another circle. And let's move that into place. And if I ever am too zoomed in close on a certain thing, you can just select everything by clicking and dragging, and then pressing the F key again to frame, and it'll frame everything. So that's a pretty useful tool also. Oops. And then I'm going to move the head into place. Looks pretty good. Let's make it a little bit bigger. And move it over. Alright, awesome. So this is my guy that we're going to use, and we're going to now bring that into Iridel. Or actually, let's do a texture first. So what we're going to do for textures is you got to pick an image. You can pick one from the internet, or you can make one, whatever you want to do. I usually pick them from the internet because that's easier for me to do. You really have to make sure it's a certain size. So what you can do is bring it into Photoshop or a photo editor and make sure that it is a multiple of 4 or 2. Otherwise, Iridel will not take it. So we definitely need to do that. So either 64, 256, 512, as big or small as you need it. Just make sure it's a multiple of 2 or 4. Alright, so I already have a couple textures done that I scaled them. I got them from the internet. They're all done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Window, then Rendering Editors, then Hypershade. And once Hypershade's open, for Iridel, we want to do a blend. So I'm going to click on that. And we're going to go over here to where it says color. We're going to click on the little checkerboard right next to that. And then select File in this large menu here. And when it goes black, which is good. And we want to go to the image name, click on the little folder icon, and find the texture you want. And make sure, if you're doing this for Iridel, that it's in the right folder. You want it to be in your dev folder under My Content and Textures or Models, whatever folder you want to use it. So make sure it's in the right place before you do this, otherwise you'll have to do it over again and that will really suck. So I'm going to go to My Content. Let's do a fur. And so now you can see that the texture is brown, which is perfect. So what we're going to do next is we're going to select everything, and then we're going to right click on this to this new menu opens, and then we're going to do Assign Material to Selection. And after we do that, it comes all shiny. And how you can view what it actually looks like is you go way up here to the top to this little film clicker thing, and it says render the current frame. We're going to click on that, and it shows up what it's going to look like. So that looks pretty good, not too bad. And so what we're going to do next is we're going to get it ready to go into Iridel. So we're going to go to Modify Freeze Transformations, and then we're going to go to Edit, Delete All by Type, History. Once we do that, we can go to File, Export Selection, and then make sure also it's in the right folder again. We want to do that. And then we're going to export it, name it whatever it needs to be, and export it as an FBX file. Okay, that's just for Iridel. And so we're going to do that. Okay, so now let's see what it looks like in Iridel. I'm going to open that up. Okay, this is not the right one. There we go. And now I already brought it in and everything, so let's just see how it looks. I'll show you in a different video how to bring it in, and let's just see if it worked. And there's our guy. And that's what he looks like in Iridel. He's got a little fur on him. Alright, there we go.